Washington is our focus as we begin this morning. There is no Republican red wave to wash over Capitol Hill in the U.S. midterm elections. President Joe Biden and his Democrats have reason to hope they are stemming the tide. But final control over Congress is uncertain, and final results could still be weeks away. So let's begin with a look at where things stand this morning for the House. Associated Press declaring 199 Republicans elected, 179 Democrats. There are 435 seats up for election in the House, all of the seats, and a party needs 218 to have the majority. Let's look next to the results for the Senate. 48 Democrats, 48 Republicans. It is a dead heat. And key races that will decide control of the Senate are still, all of them, too close to call. But Democrats do have a big Senate win to celebrate in a high-profile race in Pennsylvania.
We had our slogan. It's on every one of those signs right now. Every county, every vote. Every county, every vote. And that's exactly what happened. We jammed them up. We held the line.
That is John Fetterman. His story goes far beyond the crucial win for Democrats in the Senate in Pennsylvania. Fetterman is recovering from a stroke he suffered during the campaign. He struggles at times to speak, and his recovery became a target for attacks by Republican rival, the celebrity Dr. Mehmet Oz. Oz was handpicked by former President Donald Trump, and that likely sweetens the victory for the White House and for Democrats. We begin our coverage with Magda Ghebreselassie, who's in Washington this morning. Very little certainty, as we expected yesterday, Magda, as we come on the air this morning, little certainty. But one thing does appear to be clear, and that is that Republicans won't be winning Congress in a landslide. So let's begin with that angle today.
Yeah, Heather, you know, Republicans were pretty confident that President Joe Biden's low approval ratings and, of course, concerns over the economy, inflation, that would have voters seeing red and voting red in a big way. Instead, what you have is a close call when it comes to control of Congress right now. So Republican leader Kevin McCarthy, though, he's telling his supporters he's pretty confident. He was speaking to them in the early hours of this morning. And here's what he had to say about how this is going to play out.
Now, let me tell you, you're out late. But when you wake up tomorrow, we will be in the majority and Nancy Pelosi will be in the minority. Yeah!
Pelosi, of course, is the current House Speaker. Now, Republicans did pick up some seats, House seats in Virginia and Florida. But again, as you said, we are waiting to see what happens here, how this all plays out.
So, yes, there are races that will decide control of the Senate. As we were coming on the air, Magda mentioning 48 and 48 decided at this point. The big win for the Democrats in Pennsylvania with John Fetterman. What are the other states we need to be watching then today?
We're watching Nevada. We know that about 3/4 of the votes there have been counted, according to authorities. So there you've got Catherine Cortez Masto hoping to be reelected for the Democrats there. Adam Laxalt for the Republicans. Wisconsin, another close race. Republican incumbent Ron Johnson hoping to hang on there. Democrat Mandela Barnes hoping to kick him out. And then in Arizona, you've got Senator Mark Kelly and Republican challenger Blake Masters. So in that state, we do know that the largest county there was tweeting, the election officials were tweeting that Election Day ballots from the sites have been reported. Now they're still working on processing all those early ballots, and you can expect some more results there tonight. Then you go to Georgia. They're going to be counting possibly for days or weeks there. You have Democrat Senator Raphael Warnock up against Republican challenger Herschel Walker. And in this state, you need to have more than 50% of the votes to actually claim a win here. Take a listen to what the two of them had to say.
We're in a fight, are we not? We're in a fight. But hey, God is a good God, is he not? Yeah. And he put us here for a reason. And we're here to win this election, are we not?
We will hear from the people of Georgia. We will hear from the people who have given me the great honor of my life, representing you in the United States Senate, and we will move forward together.
Now, here's the thing. If they don't get 50% of the vote, if somebody doesn't win it with more than 50% of the vote, then they will have to go off and do an election runoff. That would happen in December. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens there. Now, of course, we've been talking about the Senate. We've been talking about the House. There's also all those governor seats. That was part of the elections as well. And there's some big races there. Taking a look at Florida, Republican Ron DeSantis was reelected in Florida in a very big way. And this is just adding more fuel to the fire that he might make a run for president. And then in Michigan, you have Democrat Gretchen Whitmer that was reelected there. And she took out a challenger that was backed by Trump. So a lot of big races. We know a lot more with the governors, but when it comes to who controls Congress, it's a wait-and-see game.
Going to spend a lot more time on those gubernatorial results as the morning goes on, and of course, watching those key states. Thank you, Magda, for beginning our coverage today.